who we're expecting to go number 1 overall, though, first. And let's talk about the Tennessee Titans, because look, the Titans' moves this offseason suggested they were looking quarterback. They go and they add not only at wide receiver, but the offensive line in particular. Paid Dan Moore a lot of money to play left tackle. Go get Kevin Zeitler, who's obviously a multi-year previous Pro Bowl level player who's really going to shore up the middle of that line as well. They are setting up to try and make sure that with Brian Canahan, with his dad there as well as one of the great offensive line coaches, that they can tee up to put Cam Ward in the best situation possible to succeed. Yes, their wide receiver room is aging, I think it's fair to say, with Calvin Ridley and now bringing in Tyler Lockett as well. But with the pick in and with Cam Ward expected to be announced any moment, what do you make of this young man out of Miami?
So the biggest strength for Cam Ward is that he's a playmaker. And he's got that kind of Josh Allen mentality, that big game hunting play style. When the chips are down, Cam Ward can make a play. He was second in big time throws in college football this year. Big time throw is a tight window throw deep down the field, a field flipping throw, if you will. And he's got the arm strength to match, right? He can make every throw in the book from different arm angles, and as a result, he can threaten every blade of grass on a football field, which stresses defenses and can open up the offensive playbook. He's also got a really unique play style. He's incredibly relaxed and poised in the pocket. It's kind of like almost that Aaron Rodgers-esque. He's just kind of surveying it. And what's great about Cam Ward, my favorite thing, is that he can snap from a passer to a rusher and vice versa in the blink of an eye. He'll tuck the ball, look to scramble, will have his eyes back up, and will just torch the defense who've all started to come downhill expecting the QB run. Now, the weaknesses is also the strength there. That big game hunting play style inevitably comes with turnovers. Often Cam Ward is digging himself out of a hole he put the team in. There's a game against Cal where he was rolling to his right through a crossbody prayer across his left. It resulted in a pick six. Now, they did eventually win that game, but Cam Ward put them multiple scores down because of that. And there is also obviously the competition level. He started at Incarnate Word, an FCS school, then moved to Washington State in the Pac-12, and then Miami in the ACC. Not exactly the strengths.
Well, let's go, because the pick is in, and Tennessee, we're expecting Cam Ward to be announced.
With the first pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Cameron Ward, quarterback, Miami.
Look, absolutely the pick that we expected to happen at number 1 overall. Cam Ward is a member of the Tennessee Titans, replacing the quarterback they took in the second round just 2 years ago in Will Levis. He slots into that system, and for everything that you've just been saying there, Dom, for a guy who is a loose passer, who is very instinctive, does have potentially those footwork concerns, does have that element of how well does he read the pocket, how well does he move in the pocket, but you do feel like going to the Callahans as it is. Let's present it the way it is. Brian and his dad feels like the right sort of fit for him. They are trying to set him up to succeed, and I think Tennessee, as much as he might not be, if he was in last year's draft with those top 6 players, maybe he wouldn't have been picked in the top 10, maybe he'd been the 3rd or 4th guy off the board. But I think they've had the best possible situation for them, and I think this guy can be their starter at quarterback for the next decade plus.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he has the physical traits to rival those top guys that we mentioned as well. And so, yeah, Cam Ward definitely is a quarterback to watch out for in the coming years.
It's happening. It is happening. Will Varney has just shouted in my ear, trade, trade. Have we got the information, Will? Have they come up with who has moved up to 2 with the Cleveland Browns?
Yes, I have some information for you, Will. Goodness me. The Browns and the Jaguars in a huge trade. The Browns will receive the 5th overall pick, the 36th overall pick, the 126th overall pick, and a 2026 first rounder.
They did get a first rounder.
They got a first rounder.
Wow. Oh.
And the Jaguars move up to 2nd overall. Wow.
I mean, firstly, let's talk about that compensation. The Browns picking up an extra first next year. Jacksonville, I think, being in the AFC South, have a good floor. You know, there's every chance that pick, with bringing Travis Hunter in and with a number of picks still available in this draft, could be at 20 plus. They could be a playoff team this year, right? So maybe they're feeling like that's not going to be an end of the world to give that pick up. The question is that James Gladstone's just come in from the Rams. You've got Liam Cohen, who's just come in from the Bucks. You've got Tony Baselli, who's in a front office job for the first time in his career. And these 3 absolute rookies have gone, Here are my chips. Let's go all in on Travis Hunter.
And if there's any player to go all in on, it is Travis Hunter. And there's the famous quote when it comes to the draft. Draft good football players. And Travis Hunter is arguably the best football player in this draft class. And also it's spoken about with other GMs that you just want to hit home runs when you can, right? Don't pass up the home run. Take the easy runs if they're there, but the home runs, you've got to hit them. Again, Travis Hunter is the very definition of a home run in this draft class. He's so talented, can play 2 different positions, and he is just a generational player. That term gets whipped around way too often these days in the draft community. Travis Hunter is the definition of a generational player, if not even more than that. When have we actually seen a player, apart from Deion Sanders, that can genuinely play both ways?
The question is,